Cross Stitch Globe. My name is Stephanie and this is a channel about cross stitch. And I have missed you guys so much. I was supposed to put this video out on Thursday. I have been down with strep throat all week. I'm recording on Saturday. It's literally the first time that I feel like I'm able to talk for an hour. My throat is killing me. I'm on day 3 of antibiotics and it's getting better, but the grocery order I have for tonight includes Jell-O and popsicles. So that's where we are. The kids also have strep and it has not slowed them down at all. So I'm so excited to be talking to grown-ups, even if it is on a delayed reaction. But yeah, so this video is supposed to come out on Thursday. What this is a overview of the craft reuse store warehouse sale that I went to last week and some other thrifting adventures that I've had. So I run another channel called Stephanie Shop Secondhand that's about secondhand shopping. And I do like to talk about those topics on this channel. Running this channel is what inspired me to start that channel. Like I recently put out a video about things I don't buy new for cross stitch because I run into them in thrift stores all the time. But I owe that channel a video, and I have done this craft reuse store warehouse sale on that channel when they had their last one. And then I kept going to thrift stores the last few weeks to try to put a video together for that channel. And then every time I did, every single thing that I found in the thrift stores were like craft and cross stitch related, to the point where it did not make sense to make those videos on my other channel. So instead I've saved them all to do as like one big thrifty haul with you guys. So the way this is gonna work, I have footage from the craft reuse store warehouse sale. I'm gonna show you guys that in a minute. If you don't know what a craft reuse store is, it's a craft thrift store. Like it's a thrift store essentially, where all the things are for crafts. So, and lots of cities have them. I live in the Oklahoma City metro, and if we have one, I'm usually of the opinion that if Oklahoma City has something, most other metros in the country already have it. I've lived in several other US cities, and it's typically true that Oklahoma City tends to get things later in the cycle. So if you are located near a city that is bigger than Oklahoma City, you probably have one too. And I don't know if like major college towns tend to have these, but just Google craft reuse store near me and see what you find. Ours is called Trove, and I think it's been open for a year. I think this was like their birthday sale. And their warehouse, no, it wasn't their birthday sale. They had a birthday sale recently, but their warehouse sale is where they take all this, like it's a combo, I think, of things that they have not sold and like unprocessed donations and stuff that they just get so much of. They like could never sell all of it. Like, and they put it on these tables. The last time it was a little bigger, so there was a little bit less of stuff this time, but I found stuff I really liked. And they put it on these tables, and you can either take your own bag or get a bag there, and the bag sale was like $10 the first 2 days, and then the third day I think it was $5. And you literally can just fill up your bag. And they were restocking stuff, so I didn't feel bad like snatching up all the cross-stitch and fiber art stuff, because there wasn't like a ton of it. Because I knew they were going to be replenishing stuff, so I wouldn't have to worry about like getting all the stuff. And then, okay, so I'm going to show you guys that footage. And then I went into the store next door, like you go in and pay in the main store, and in the main store I also went and shopped their fiber art stuff, and I bought stuff there too. So I'm going to show you guys my visit to the craft reuse store now. Well, okay, in a minute. Then I'm going to okay, actually, I'm going to show it now. Because these clips were filmed for a different channel, it's kind of hard. It's not as easy for me to just be like, oh, this clip's like conceptually makes sense. Like, so just, here's my visit to the craft reuse store, and then we'll talk after. And today we're going to a warehouse sale. I do have some stuff that I need, and I also just want to see what they have. So we're gonna go in now. It's gonna feel more like supermarket sweet because I only have 30 minutes when we get inside. I'm gonna drive there now. So I only have 30 minutes when I get inside before I need to come back and pick up my kids. And then this afternoon or tomorrow, I will show you guys my haul at home. I'm really excited though. I need trim and I need fabric, which I know if you saw my last warehouse sale video there, you might be like, how? Why? But I do. I'm also going to be on the lookout for cross stitch stuff that either I want or that I can put in my cross stitch shop. And then stuff that my kids can play with. My son is really into painting and drawing and art, especially dinosaur related. My daughter loves crayons on the wall. So there's lots of stuff. And last time I had a really hard time even filling it to another bag. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Yes, I am lined up outside the, the warehouse sale before they open. It's everything I've dreamed of.
So is there there's more room in the back?
Yeah, it goes back.
I'm still a kid.
It's like I have no idea. You guys are so cute.
Y'all can come in.
Aww.
These have some little goodies in the bottom.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you.
So all of that is fabric, a lot of nice fabric.
Yellow's fabrics are pretty.
Yeah. And it's, let me see.
Oh, I see right now. Come on, you guys.
I need to take that out. Get rid of the glass. Everybody touches it.
That's a cool thing. These are those little things. Those little, what do you call it?
Cut.
Yeah, what's that supposed to be? We have some. We have a couple of them. Here's a sign. Oh, this is right. Yeah, you can have it put in your bag. Oh, that's cute. Flannel. That's nice. Some wire. Oh my god, look at that one. How sweet. These are mine. Like little stuff like that. I found this string for our cans, Lyra. Well, I found it earlier. I'll just show it to you. To put our cans together.
I didn't know if anybody else.
Thank you. Okay, so change of plans. I was gonna record this for my secondhand shopping channel. However, everything I bought was cross stitch or like cross stitch finishing items, with the exception of one like old camera. So I'm gonna put this. I was already gonna do like a big thrift store haul video this weekend, so I'm gonna make it center it. I'm gonna make this the intro of that, and then I'll show you guys all the stuff, the cross stitch stuff I got at the warehouse sale, and then I'll show you guys, because I also bought a bunch of cool cross stitch stuff in the main store, like sneak peek the shepherd's bush pattern. So yeah, today's been weird, but anyway. Okay, now I'm recording these back to back. You saw my experience. I didn't film as much as last time. There like was not as much to film. I did a video of the last warehouse sale from my other channel. If you want to see that, I will link to it below. So there wasn't as much to like see, but I feel like I got more cross stitch stuff. And then I also spent more money in the main store, because some of the stuff I got in the main store was stuff that I either need to use as gifts or was priced low enough that I can list it on Etsy. Sometimes their cross stitch stuff is not priced low enough. Like in the destash video I made about like inside what it looks like inside my $9,000 destash, I explained like what my like prices are, and their booklets here were 50 cents. So the stuff that I got in the store that wasn't in the warehouse sale was stuff that either was like a really good price for what it was, or stuff I'm going to personally use, or stuff that I want as gifts. But yeah, so when you see me again, I will be at my house filming this giant thrift store haul. I mean, like when I say I've gone into this store and then 3 other thrift stores, and at every single thrift store this week there has been something cross stitch or close enough related. I mean, it's been a wild cross stitch week. All right, I gotta go pick up my kids. I'll see you in a minute. So that was my visit to the Craft For You store. I'm going to show you guys all the haul like in a minute. I also want to show, I've been to 3 other thrift stores trying to film, and I have clips from 2 of those where all I found was cross stitch stuff. So I'm going to show you guys all of the haul for everything all together at the end. But here are some clips of me thrifting and trying to like film for a different channel and only finding cross stitch kits and frames and sewing furniture. What I really need is, I have a couple of frames that I need. I need a 14 by 8 frame. And then there's a couple other frame sizes that I am on the lookout for. So I'm really excited to go check out a couple thrift stores that I've taken you guys to before, but I haven't been in like over a month. And see what, just like poke around and see what they have. But really, when we get to the frames, it'll be like serious business. I don't know if I'll buy anything if they don't have frames, because that's really like the main thing that I need. But you never know. We'll see what we see when we get there. All right, let's go. I found it. I found the elusive frame. It's a little bit big, but it's gonna work. It's I mean, this is probably the 3rd store I've been to looking for an 8x14 frame, and I might need to buy a mat for it, or reuse this mat. I don't know, but it's gonna work. I'm so excited. Oh, and it's $2. which is even better. Oops. All right, let's look out for yellow. This is so funny. I just thrifted a Kate Spade that looks similar to this, but this is not a Kate Spade. But yeah, I just thrifted a little like striped Kate Spade purse for the summer that looks just like that I actually have to switch to. This is like interesting. Okay. Made in... Is that made in Italy? It's really pretty. I mean, it definitely feels older. It's really interesting. I have no need for it in my personal life, and I don't really think that I want to deal with selling it, so I'm going to put it back. I really like that. I kind of love that. Let me look it up. Okay. So this is an early American or early Burlington sewing box, and one did sell on Etsy for $60. I'm asking for $8, so I think I'm gonna take it. Even though it'd be pretty easy to ship because it'd just be a box. So the two ladies that there were at the last thrift store I was at, there were two ladies who didn't know that their store was like, you can't pay in cash at that thrift store. And so I had put their stuff on my credit card and they gave me the cash. And it was like $4. It was like nothing. But I ran into them checking out at Goodwill too. So that was fun. They must have come up here. Or they said they were done after this, but they're doing some thrift store runs. Okay, so those are some other thrifty adventures that I have had lately that I was trying to do other things with, but like sometimes you just get like the call to go thrifting and you don't know what it's going to be at the store, but there is something there for you. And that is what it has felt like this week. Like there have just been things that I was meant to find in all of these places. And okay, so I'm going to show you guys the haul. I'm a little bit like having a hard time conceptualizing what the best way to do the haul is because there's so much of it. So there is craft reuse store warehouse sale haul. So what I got in that $10 bag. And there's the stuff that I also got. Then there is, but some of the stuff at each place, some of the stuff I got was stuff for me and some was for my destash. So there's the warehouse sale, the regular craft reuse store, 3 thrift stores, right? I also shopped at a friend's destash. And then 4 of you guys sent in patterns for me to list on my destash. And then one of you guys sent in a hoop that you guys thrifted that was a gift. So I think what I want to do is show you guys the stuff that I'm going to keep first. As just like, this is the kind of stuff that I went to these stores and found that I'm really excited for my stash. And then I'll show you guys the like giant piles of other things that I have been listing in my Etsy shop if you want like a good vintage pattern parade and book parade. But yeah, even though I've been like planning to film this video for days, I really have been struggling with exactly what to do about the organization of it, because there is just so much stuff and I don't want to break it up. I want to just get it out in one video. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get out the stuff that I got for me from all these places. I'll tell you where each of the things were from, and then I will show you guys the haul from all these other places, and they're kind of all sorted into stacks of like, these came from regular thrift stores, this came from the warehouse sale. So that'll be easier. Okay, so in the craft reuse store, I was so excited. They had a bunch of Rit dye. They had one color that I thought I had, but I didn't have it. I wish I got it. So I got 4 bottles of Rit dye. I got Truly Green, Taupe, Aquamarine, and Camel. I'm actually going to use these today. So I'm very excited I'm going to be dyeing some fabric today. I also have like a neon, a yellow, a couple yellows, and a couple like pinks and reds. So I'm going to take a bunch of vintage Ada that I have, including some of the stuff, and dye it, and I'm very excited. Okay, so there's that. Then at the craft reuse store, I also got this sheet of 18 count Ada, vintage Charles Cost 18 count Ada for $1.35. And I got this packet of 3 6x6s of 18 count Ada, so like good ornament cuts for 50 cents. Those will be dyed today. Now, from the warehouse sale, in one of the kits was this piece of cream. So in the warehouse sale, I got some Hardanger kits that I'll show you guys. And in one of the Hardanger kits was this cream 32 count Zweigart, which is actually the called for fabric for the Paula Vaughn long pattern that I'm doing, which is Victorian Bouquet. So I had been like debating what fabric to buy, and I was going to buy some fabric at StitchCon, but now I can just use the called for, and this was basically free because it was one of many, many things in the $10 bag that I got. So that's so exciting. This was the warehouse bag, except I've taken a lot of stuff out of it to get organized. Also at the warehouse sale, because I was like one of the first 10 people that showed up, I got this cute tote bag from the store with like a pencil and a sticker that I need to make sure that I use, because sometimes I get stickers and don't use them correctly. Like not correctly. I never end up using them. But anyway, so that was exciting. Okay. In the warehouse sale bag. This was just sitting on the table, so I just threw this in my bag. So this is a vintage Olympus. I doubt it works. I have a vintage camera collection of like vintage Soviet cameras. This one's from Japan, and I figured I'll just put it in my vintage camera box, and when I have time, play around with it and see if it works. It probably doesn't. It's probably just going to end up being something that I like put in my vintage store to be like decorative for someone else, like on a shelf, because it's the kind of thing that'd be cool. But I do have the like skills to test it and make sure before I sell it as like decoration that it's not working. But the fact that it was like free at essentially free at a warehouse sale makes me think it's not gonna work. But we'll see. It was kind of fun playing around with it so far. One of the things I put in my bag at the warehouse sale was this needlepoint eggplant. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I have a little Save the Stitches pile. I'll probably frame it at some point. So this is something I got at a thrift store that I thought I was going to try to sell, but I'm actually going to keep because it's broken. And I still think it will be cool, but It's a photo box, and it actually comes with like it's a literal photo box. I was thinking it'd be cool for a cross stitcher to take these out, use it just as like a general keepsakes box. It was $4, and put a cross stitch in the top. One of my favorite FFOs is a photo box that I have with a cross stitch design in the top, and I use it all the time. But I didn't realize the hinge was broken. So I'm going to keep it and decide what I'm going to do about that later. Okay. In the warehouse sale, the reason I went was to find, I have a bunch of trims, and I was going to get more trims, but they didn't have as many as last time. And the project that I was going to do with these, I was so sick this week that I can't do it. It was going to be a stitch con project, so I don't actually need these anymore. But I'm going to keep them in case I have a project for them next time. And then I got some I have a ton of fabric, but again, I was going to do a project for StitchCon where I needed a bunch of fabric and trims, and I just don't have time for that. So I'll save them for the next time I go to something. But these were just in the loose cotton, quilting cotton boxes, and I thought they were pretty. Okay. Then in the Hardanger kit that I took apart for the fabric, there were also two John James tapestry needles. One's a 28, one's a 26, so I'm going to keep those. And there were these beads. I don't think this is going to be enough to do the beads I want to do on Moonfade's bell pull, but if they were enough, they'd be perfect, but I'm pretty sure they're not. I'm pretty sure this is 50 beads. But I am going to keep them for future beading. So basically the Hardanger kit that I took apart, I'll just list the pattern. So by the time you guys see this, everything that I'm not keeping will be listed, and I'll have just listed the pattern. Okay, so that is some of the stuff that I'm keeping. Let me go get the rest of it. Okay, so other thrift store haul that I've gotten, I found this 14 count navy Aida. In the last floss tube, I said that I got Dino's Garden by Una Buena Pieza, and this might be a good fit for that pattern, but I'm not sure I don't know if it will, I need to check and make sure the piece is big enough because this is 12 by 18. If not, it's always nice to have navy Aida. Now, I also got this other piece of 12 by 18 count Aida that I'm going to dye today. And this piece of 14 count ivory Aida came out of a kit where the flosses weren't in the kit, so I decided to just list the pattern as pattern only and keep the Aida. I'm going to dye this today too. So that's the rest of the fabric that I've thrifted. And then this is the frame that I got for Annie Hyssop's Harvest Moon. It was $2. I think it's the perfect old wood, real wood color. It's got some age and imperfection. It's got some good character in the actual color. I think it's gonna work. I might need to, I actually think this mat is even the right size for it, but I don't particularly like the color of this mat with it. So I might paint this mat. I need this, okay, if I finish this piece this summer in time to take it to the state fair, then I want to frame it. If I want to frame myself, then painting the mat would be better than taking it to a craft store and getting a new mat cut. But the borders of that piece are very straight, and I might not be able to accomplish it myself, in which case I might need someone else to frame it, in which case I won't want to fiddle with reusing this mat. So I don't know. But I think this is gonna work for that piece, which is awesome because it's $2 and it's real wood, and I just love how old and weird it is. Okay, last thing that I thrifted that I'm keeping for me is this trifold foam board. It's just originally from Walmart and I paid $2. I doubt I really saved any money. But it is nice to know that it is, my money went to a resale charity shop that helps local families instead of a major corporation. And that this won't end up in a landfill. It will end up in a million frames in my house. So, yay. Alright, that is what I personally thrifted for myself at 3 thrift stores and the craft warehouse sale in terms of things I'm keeping. There were 2 other sources of things that came in for me that I'll share, and then I will share the stuff that is being listed for you guys. Okay, so Chrissy on Instagram said this like very sweet note, which I won't read, made this beautiful card. I don't know if she made it, but I'm thinking she did. Okay, so she was out thrifting and she found this princess hoop for $2. And she knows that I love them. And look, the inside is signed with one of a former stitcher's signature. Okay, well, it's got a signature of one of either the original owner or another owner along its life. I think this is a 4-inch princess hoop. If you haven't watched my vintage hoop parade and you don't know my obsession with vintage hoops, I love stitching with them. But these also can fetch a pretty penny on eBay. Not like the queen hoops, but they're still like, it was still very much a gift for her to get it for me when she saw it in the thrift store. She said she stitches in hand, so she would never need it, but knew that I would love it. So thank you so much. And this is so cool. She instead of using like bubble wrap to pack it, she sent 2 reusable shopping bags that she made. One for me and one for my sister Allison, who, if you're seeing this and you don't normally watch our channel, is on the channel a lot. So I'll let Allison have her pick. So that one's cherries and this one's mushrooms. I'll let Allison have her pick of reusable shopping bags, and then I'll take the one that she doesn't pick, so that since I'm getting the hoop. But what a great thrift store find, $2. So many of you guys have like DM'd me and said like, oh, I found this. And sometimes you guys sell them and I'm so happy for you. And sometimes you give this to me and I'm happy for me. And sometimes you guys use them and I'm happy for you. But I love when I hear about like things like this being saved from thrift stores, because if nobody comes along that knows what it is, it might get sent to a landfill. Now, I was watching a channel of this girl that I really like called Amber Resells, and she was talking about how she loves finding cross-stitch kits, and she's not a stitcher. She's a reseller, and she likes finding cross-stitch kits because she knows about them, and she held up a Mirabilia pattern, and I was like, they know our world. Like, we want people that go to, like, garage sales and stuff to know, like, yeah, save the Dimensions Gold kit, save the Mirabilia pattern, but it's more fun when it's one of us that saves them, right? Okay, the last thing that I got, this wasn't thrifted, so Audrey, who is Stitch Beat on Instagram, had a destash, and this just showed up today, and I don't want to save it till my next Flosstube after StitchCon, because I'm not going to remember by then things that happened before that, I'm sure. So she had a destash, and I snatched these three. These 3 patterns were like up as a lot for $24, and that included shipping. And like 2 of them were ones that I would have paid more for, both of them retail, that I knew I eventually wanted to definitely stitch. So it was like a great deal. And they showed up today, so I just thought I would show you. So this is We Live in Hope by Blackbird Designs, which I saw Michelle from Bindi Stitchy, and I think Erin from 2 Martini Stitchers. And I know there was a 3rd person, but they stitched this and they finished it. I think they stitched it over years, but they finished it last year, and it was so beautiful. And what a good sentiment for 2025. And it also has this other sampler called Home from Sea. So I know I want to stitch this, and then I had thought I was not going to want to stitch Feast of Friendship, but by Blackbird Designs, but because like, if you watch a lot of Flosstube, it's a project that you see a lot, and you can get kind of like, okay, like, are we really but I think I do want to stitch it. I really like it. I like the sentiment of Thanksgiving being about friendship, even though like I don't really have too many friends in town because I moved back to live near my folks. So most of my friends are like scattered about the globe, and so my Thanksgiving actually is like going to my parents' house. But I just lived the concept, and there were many years. There was a mosquito on my Ada. Oh, I'm mad. Oh, I got you. We have had the worst mosquitoes lately. Anyway, I've had many Thanksgivings that were like, you know, you find your chosen family in the city that you're in. And so I love the sentiment behind it. And also, I think I just need to stitch it. It's so weird. And so these were the two where I was like, I knew I was going to stitch these one day. And then United We Stand is a pattern that it was on our first most expensive cross stitch patterns list, but it had already been re-released. So this is the re-release. But that's how Allison and I kind of found out about it, and she had wanted to stitch it. I don't know if 2025 is the right time to stitch it, but it didn't seem like a bad idea just to have it in my stash when these were already coming out. And the kit Audrey had a fabric for the bottom and the floss organizer, you know what it is. And so I decided to pick it up. I'll see if Allison wants to start it. I don't think she's going to want to start it this year, but I do think that there will be a time in the future where we will want to start it, because we live in hope. All right. That is like my personal thrifty thrift store secondhand destash haul. Now let me show you guys all the other like stuff that I couldn't leave behind. I wanted to make sure it did not end up in landfills. I did not want to leave it. And that is all on by the time you see this, it'll all be on my Etsy store. So the order we're going to do things in is going to be craft reuse store. Inside the store, the rest of the stuff that I put in my $10 warehouse sale bag. Then I'm going to do other things that I have thrifted, because it is mostly kits. Like, I just walked into a store that almost never has cross stitch, and there was just like a basket of cross stitch kits at the front, and they were like weird ones, and I was like, okay, yes please. So we'll do this stuff, then things I've personally thrifted at other stores, and then we'll do the things that you guys sent me to destash, because that stuff is cool and weird. All right, let's dig in. Okay, the first thing, which I'm gonna be honest, I did buy this for me and then realized like I have more things than I need to stitch, and so it's so beautiful. I figured I'd list it, but if nobody buys it and it's still in my house in a couple years, I might remove it. We'll see. It's called The Secret Gardening Cross Stitch by Thea or Thea Gubner. I don't know. It's European. And the pictures in this book, I'm listing it because I believe that if I'm meant to have another copy of it, another copy will find me. Look at that. Because my rule right now is I'm allowed a Mirabilia collection. I'm not allowed to collect other things if I don't think I really am going to stitch them in the next 2 years. But look at these tulips. If you like stitching florals, this book is nuts. I'm not going to be able to show every page of every item that I have, because I just have like honestly, I just have too many. In the list, if there's any of these that you're like interested in, the listings are, if like a book like this, like there will be like more pictures in the listings, but then also you can just see on the back. But this book is so good. Okay, so I got that inside, and all right. The next thing that I got is this Sweet Harmony needlework accessory. It's not cross stitch. It's It is like the designs are outlined and then you fill in the outlines. Like the fabric has the designs outlined and you fill in the outlines with colonial and French knots. And you make like this little needle book, scissor fob, and scissor sheet. And the kit has the fabric, but it does not have like the floss. It's so interesting. I just like, I couldn't leave it. I just had to. Then I found these two Cottage Garden Samplings patterns. A Year in the Woods #7. And A Year in the Woods, the Swans. And I did think I was picking this up for me, and then I was like, what are you doing, Stephanie? You have so many Cottage Garden threads, like either on the go or kitted up. You're not allowed, not Cottage Garden threads, Cottage Garden Samplings. You're not allowed to just hoard this pattern. So I'm gonna list, I haven't listed yet, but I'm going to list it today. Everything by the time this video is live will be listed. I listed about 25% of it yesterday when I couldn't talk but could work. This is Birds for Counter Cross Stitch and Needlepoint by Busy Hands Needlework Designs. Look at that cardinal. This is a good one. There's no better model pictures inside. I hate it when they do all the models like so small on the cover like that, but it's really good. This Shepherd's Bush pattern called Down the Garden Path. And it has, I think it has 4 designs. No, it has 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 7 patterns, but one of them is just like a border. And then, this one I couldn't leave behind. This is Stony Creek Village Skaters. It's so oldie Christmassy, it's so good. Okay, so that's what I got inside the craft reuse store. So those were not part of like the $10 bag sale. The rest of this, plus the camera and the stuff I showed you that I mentioned were in the $10 bag sale, was all part of just that $10 bag. Now, they didn't have that much cross stitch stuff, so I'll show you the cross stitch stuff. And then I'll go through the other stuff real quick because the other stuff is like quilting and rug hooking and stuff. Okay, so this is not technically cross stitch, it's plastic canvas. It's called Cool Cash Banks. And you'd make them with plastic canvas and then you somehow use this like a liter soda bottle, 1 or 2 liter soda bottle to make the inside of it. They're insane. So I thought that was awesome. This is Herman of Copenhagen's Caroline ABC. Primrose Needleworks Patriotic Squares. This is cool. This is like an old, not old. It's, what was the year? Oh, 2004. So it's over 20 years old. It's called Calumet 4. I think it's a Spanish. I think it's, the instructions are in Spanish, but it's a cross stitch sampler. But it's kind of crazy. Then I have this kit. I haven't decided. I think I'm just going to list it as pattern only. Well, I don't know. It says get well soon. The fabric that's in it has been started. This cross stitch is called Sisters Are for it's called Sisters Wreath, and it says Sisters Are for Caring and Sharing, and it's just the pattern at this point. Then this cross stitch booklet is Bibs, Booties, and Bonnets from Cross My Heart. And then we get into, this is the last item that I got in the bag that had cross stitch in it. So this does have, I'm going to see if I can get a better picture of it. Okay, so I got a bunch of these from like Needle Love and different places that are like quilts, rug hooking, tote bags, twill embroidery, pillows, wool penny projects, like lots of different types of art. This is the only one I had that has cross stitch in it. So the cross stitch, so this is called French Market Threads, and it has like a ton of different projects in it and like all of those different genres, right? But it does have a cross stitch pattern in it that is called, I don't know if it's called that actually. Oh, it's called French Roast Rooster by Diane Kramer. And it looks like this. So if you want like a collection of like rug hooking, quilts, like lots of different projects, but you want one of the projects to be cross stitch, this is the one that I have. French Market Threads. Okay. The rest of the stuff is like other fiber art, so I'm going to go through it pretty quickly because I know some of you guys really like that stuff and some of you guys don't. And then we'll move on to cross-stitch kits that I got at thrift stores. Okay, so these are all Hardanger. I have 5 Hardanger pieces. Special Hardanger crosses. And you guys do, some of you guys do buy Hardanger stuff for me, so I definitely wanted to keep it and grab it. This is Pulled Hearts, and it comes, this is the one I decatted, so it doesn't come with anything but it. I left the bow in because that would seem silly. But the beads and stuff, this is now just like pattern only. Small crosses. Springtime basket, which is so sweet. And lacy basket liners. So if you like Hardanger, you've been looking for more Hardanger projects, then I also have Floral Keepsakes and Hardanger Embroidery by Dawn Wood. Okay. Now, the rest of these are like different things, so I'll kind of mention what they are as I show them. This is Fruit Stand by Simply Needle Love. This has applique and rug hooking in it. The thing that is kind of hilarious to me is that like they don't say on the front what it is, they just kind of expect you to know. I think it's one rug hooking and one fabric applique of the same design. This is Redware Eagle, which is also has a, I guess they have the, as far as applique, they have it as like fabric applique, wool applique, and then a rug hook. And it is, so it's called Redware Eagle, and I have 2 of those. This one is Old Saint Nick, that also has 2 appliques and a rug hook. Alright, I'm going to get through the ones that are all the same. I should have organized these more the same. Okay, this is a magazine that has flag quilt, wool penny, folk art decorations, rug hook, and doll making. If you want to make that like a very haunted doll. Oh, if you were interested in doll making or creeped out by it, definitely wait. So this one's called Old Glory Threads. Okay, this is, I don't know. These are 2, I think I listed these together. Very strange winter snow icicle ornament projects that I didn't know that I was getting. This one has icicle ornament, snowball ornament, snowman decoration, and this one has snowman figure, lighted winter cottage, snowflake pin, snowman pin, icicle candy cones. I just kind of like was like grabbing stuff in the section that was like kind of by the cross stitch stuff, hoping, but I was not going through things individually. All right, this is, oh, I love this. This is Garden Bunny, and it also is like the fabric and wool applique and then the rug hooking of the same design. I love that. I would stitch that if that was a cross stitch. This is Me to Thee, similar. You've got like a rug hook and applique, but then you also have some kind of pillow project. Unclear. Oh, and I have 2 of those. Special delivery, which you have a pillow, applique. This one does not look like it has rug hooking. Yeah, I wish they would just like straight up say on the cover, like, these are the projects, but it's a different world than I live in. Folk Art Seasons by Kindred Spirits. And you got definitely, I don't know, it's strange. Let's see, you've got, oh, inside we've got even more. There's a lot of stuff happening in here. Petite mat, pillow, wall hanging, hooked turkey purse, hooked blackbird on a linen pillow. That's a lot. Okay. Oh, this is the one that got me interested in these like collections of things, because this is by Lisa Bonjean. It's called Summer Gatherings, and I know people who like cross stitch. There's a lot of people who like cross stitch who also really like Lisa Bonjean from Primitive Gatherings, because sometimes I think she does cross stitch stuff sometimes, but she also does mostly like quilts and things. So this is like quilts, table mats, wall hangings, recipes. It's a whole, if you like Lisa Bonjean, you'll kind of know that this is up your alley. It does look really cool. And then this is also by her. This is called Little Gatherings from Primitive Gatherings, featuring miniature gathering fabric. And it's like little projects. Miniature quilts. Oh yeah, it's a bunch of miniature quilts. And so I wanted to save that. Okay, then we've got this Summer Spirit Threads, which includes quilts, wool projects, wearables, folk art, pincushion, rug hooking, placemats, and a candy bag. These are really fun to flip through, even though like they're not my art. Easter threads. Similar kind of projects, but look at that cutie patootie back there. Easy Does It for spring, an assortment of projects. If there's any one of these that you're like actually interested in, you can go look at the listing and there'll be like up close pictures of the cover and the back so you get a better idea. Easy Does It for autumn. A View Through My Window. And these will all be, some of these will be listed in sewing and quilting, and some of these will be listed in like miscellaneous needleworks, and some will be listed in both. Baltimore Banquet, applique. Folk Art Seasons, that's a duplicate. Pillow Parade from Indigo Junction. These are crazy. Okay, I'm gonna save, these are the best. I'm gonna save the best for last. Okay. Folk Art Afghans. Okay, I saved this one because I have 3 copies of it. It is Scare the Crows, and it's the same picture in wool, fabric, and rug hooking. Applique and rug hooking. Folk Heart Threads. I think this is similar to one I've shown, but is different. Easy Does It for summer. Okay, now we're getting into some different stuff. This is Bright and Bold fabric painting and watercolor on fabric painting, which is cool. And then these I think are all mostly quilting or like, well no, this is applique, but applique quilting and quilting. Purely Providence. Oh, that one was called Tall Moon. Meadow Sweet Home. Crazy. Christmas Quilts and Afghans from Better Homes and Gardens, which was like at one point like a library book. Blossom Lane Quilts. Oh, it's so pretty. But then also like this fabric project. Sweet Baskets from Needle Love. Simple Pleasures. Looks like a different quilts. And then these. I don't know. I don't think I did not pick these up on purpose. I don't know if I actually picked these up or if they like jumped into my bag to creep me out. Doll patterns. This is I honestly couldn't tell you. It's unopened. Doll patterns from Bell Ceramics. Closed pattern for dress, collar, sailor tan, boots, and slippers. I don't know if it includes the molds for the actual doll or not. And then this is Jenny Bedtime. It's terrifying. I don't know. And then this is Jenny Everyday Jenny. Alright, that is what I got for $10. Alright, I'm going to reset. I'm going to show you guys cross stitch kits. These kits and patterns came from two different thrift stores. One I showed you and one that I didn't show you guys. I'm just going to go through them. This is Classic Alphabets from Kirshner's. It's just a pamphlet, but it's pretty cool. Then we have this unopened Busilla, gold-plated needles included. Okay, it's called, what's it called? Oh, it's called Boo Boo Bear. It's new. Then I think this has been open, but it's definitely like intact, complete. This is a gold collection, petite, enchanted cottage. And there's the back. This is cool. So this was a kit, but I took, the person had like stitched it and then they had their own like DMC in it. So I just took it out and did it as pattern only. This is called, okay, what's it actually called? It's from 2000. It does not say the name of the pattern on it, like that I can find anywhere, but I'm assuming the name of the pattern is I Love You, and that's why they just didn't print it anywhere else. But I thought that was really cool. This tiny little kit that includes the frame, that's like one of the old ones called, well, it just has a number, but it says, of all the things I've ever lost, I miss my mind the most. This is one of those like old style kits. This is like opened but has all the pieces, and the thrift store has sealed it, so I did not unseal it. It's called Friendly Enemies, and it's from Busilla, and it's the cat and the kitten and the puppy are being friendly enemies. And then, oh, this pamphlet, Sea Scenes from Jeanette Cruz Designs. I love nautical cross stitch. This old kit that is opened but intact. Is it just called Welcome? Yeah, it's called Welcome. And it has the like blue plastic frame in there too. This is called Unicorn. It's Pegasus Originals. And you can see the floss. This one is real crazy. This is called, I don't know what the name of this one is. It's from, okay, so it's from Cappy Originals. I don't remember if I found the name of it yet or not. I will. It's this wizard from Cappy Originals. I will link this in the description with the real name of it. It's got, it has its floss, its fabric, and it has Krynic. It has a roll of Krynic in there, a spool of Krynic in there. This is an Old Bucilla kit called Heavy Going Grizzly. And it is intact. I might take this one out though because it looks like the floss card is dirty. The floss and the fabric are protected from that, but I might repackage this one just so that it doesn't have that piece in there that's dirty. This is from Studio M, your Needlecraft Connection. And I found the name of this guy. Oh, it's literally just called Wizard. But yeah, I walked into the store. It was like calling my name. I walk in, there's this basket of kits in the front, including like 2 very strange wizards I'd never seen before. And I was like, oh, I was supposed to be here today. This is a Bucilla kit, but I took it out, all the stuff in it, because it was like half stitched, but not like well enough to like finish the stitching. So this one is now just like pattern only. But it's this cute summer mill pond that I really like. Oh, this is cool. This is a Firefly bead craft kit, and it's not cross stitch. It is literally just beads. But I thought that was so cool. Okay. This is waste canvas. Now, I shouldn't have bought this. I do not need any more waste canvas. I have so much. So I'm gonna take this to StitchCon to put on the freebie table. Okay, this is a cross stitch kit called Daughter. It says, daughter, you are loved for the little girl you were, the special woman you are now, and the wonderful daughter you will always be. It is from Patty Ann Creations. Alright, this kit is unopened. It is by Debbie Mum. Noah's Welcome. And then this is one of the coolest finds I've ever found in a thrift store. This was a Mill Hill Sticks Sleep Tight. And I really thought I was going to keep this, and I just decided I'm not going to start it, so I'm going to pass it because it still is in print. So this is like unopened, has the beads and the floss and the perforated paper. It's still an in-print kit, so if I like freak out later, I can always change my mind, but I just know I won't start it anytime soon. But I like really like. So that will be listed. And then this Princess Birth Record from Bucilla. It is a kit, but the fabric has been removed, so it has the floss, but no fabric. And it says, once upon a time, a princess was born. Which I think the fact that there's no fabric is actually cool because, I mean, like, you can always replace your fabric. But I think this would look, it's stitched on Ada on here. I think it would look absolutely amazing on like an even weave or linen too. So that gives you the chance to decide if you want to do it on Ada, linen, or even weave. Okay, so that is most of what I found at thrift stores lately, but there's one other thing. I showed you guys I think you guys saw it in the video. I haven't edited that part yet, so I'm not sure what made it, but I think you guys saw it. But you're not ready. very hard to like accurately photograph this in my house because of how messy my house is from being sick. So look at this old sewing bench. Like, so it's from the Burlington company. It was $8 or $9. And I looked it up online. I was like, oh, they go for a pretty penny. So, like the fabric on it, I think the fabric is called Early Americans. It's like a horse and mountains and a teapot. It's just like, it's so mid-century, right? Like, and it's just, it's so cool. And this one is in really good condition. A lot of the ones that I saw listed online that were for lesser amounts, I looked and they had like real condition issues. So I was like really excited about it. Obviously shipping it is going to be really expensive. So I listed it in my store. But if you are coming to StitchCon A and you want to like get it from my car, let me know and I can take the $30, like, cause it's listed as like with free shipping, but $30 of that is like literally shipping. So if you want it and you are going to StitchCon A, let me know and I will hold it for you. Like, it's first come, first serve, obviously. But if you do that, let me know and I will, oh, actually, if you want it and you're coming to StitchCon A, buy it, and then I will refund $30 because I won't have to pay to ship it. Because in the shipping on that, between like the actual shipping charge and the like shipping materials I'm gonna have to buy to like get it so that it will get there safe, are like 30 or 40 bucks. So I'm so excited about it. And part of me really wants to keep it and I have no business keeping it, but if nobody else wants it, then I will probably like quietly take it off of the store and just like use it myself because it looks so good in here too. But my it's not quite big enough that I think it would hold. So it is like 12 inches wide. Like it's like so I don't think you could put like a filing cabinet of project bags in there, but you could put them in like the long way and just put in less if you wanted to have like a few project bags like by a stitching spot. But I don't think it would hold like most people's like all their stitching like project bags. But it also hold notions or patterns. Like it's so cool. I couldn't believe I couldn't believe it. So I love it. If nobody wants it, it will not hurt my feelings if I keep it. But if somebody else really wants it, I don't need it and I have no business keeping it. So I listed it. It is already listed. Okay. I have more stuff to show. Okay. So that is all the stuff that I found in thrift stores. Oh, with one exception. I also found this. I thought it was cross stitch. I don't know why I was being stupid and I didn't look closer that it's actually embroidered. Like machine embroidery. It ends in Biden, so it was stitched sometime between November 2020 and November 2024. And it is professionally framed, but it's not cross stitch. It is definitely machine embroidery. So I'm gonna list this too, just because like I didn't buy it for me, I bought it to sell, but I thought it was cross stitch and I was like, I was being so stupid. I was just so excited to find all the other basket of kits that I was just like, oh, and there's a finished cross stitch. Now, I can't tell what fabric it's on, but because it's embroidered and not cross stitch, it's probably not like a fabric that I would know or anything like that. There is one place on the inside of the lip where the frame is like peeled a little bit, but I think that adds to its charm. So my battery died, so I've charged it, eaten lunch, edited the entire rest of the video. So we're gonna wrap this up. This is stuff that you guys have sent me to destash. So for people, stitchers who I talked to on Instagram and who watched the channel reached out and asked if I wanted stuff that they had to destash, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. I think 3 of these people, it was like explicitly stuff that they had found out thrifting that they had saved. Just like I like to save stuff, but they were not like, it was not their like personal stash stuff, and they didn't really know what to do with it at that point, or didn't want to deal. I mean, if you guys saw my $9,000 destash video, like the actual process of like listing and shipping and all that stuff takes time. So a lot of people want to save the stuff, but they don't want to do that part of it because they have like really busy lives. And I'm doing this as like a side hustle, like when my kids are asleep and stuff. So I said like, absolutely, thank you, that's wonderful. If I can save a little time and money and still be working on like the mission of keeping stuff out of landfills, and like that's wonderful. So and then one person said, I think that they had gone through their personal stash, but everything they sent me was like vintage and secondhand patterns. So I'm pretty sure they just like vintage patterns and were trying to be honest with themselves about what they were going to get done. So I'm going to link their Instagrams below. It's Holly, who is Miss Holly Stitches, Emily, who is like Emily K. Witcher, I think. But I'll link them all below. Verd, who is Crafty Verd on Instagram, and Megan, who is X Books in the Moon X on Instagram. So thank you guys so much. One, it's so much fun to see what you guys find in thrift stores. Different areas can have different things, and then it's so exciting to like get to pass this on. And another one of my like Flosstube friends is going to give me a bunch of stuff to destash when I see her at StitchCon, like from her personal stash. So if you are like feeling overwhelmed with stash and you don't want to drop it off at a Goodwill, but you don't have time to do the destashing yourself, you want to send it to me. Like some people just send it to me, and some people send it to me and ask if I could cover the shipping, which honestly I can't always do, depending on how much shipping is. Shipping can be a lot, but so like it's really exciting to be able to help other people save stuff. So thank you guys so much. All right, so the four boxes of stuff that was kind of mixed together. So I figured it'd just be easier to do it as one batch, and also one was heavily magazines. Magazines take a lot longer to photograph and process, so I was kind of like going back and forth between magazines and other stacks while I was working, so they're all kind of mixed in. Okay, so the first thing is this Carousel Horses and Cross Stitch book. This book is wild. So it's one carousel horse for every month of the year. It has like writing in it from 1993. It is by Donna, it's by Donna Cooler and the Cooler Design Studio. So that is cool. And, I'm starting, as I was editing, I could tell that my throat and my throat is swollen, and I can tell that it's affecting my voice. I do feel a little better than I did earlier. Okay. So I'm not gonna spend very much time like on the magazines, but this book is so cool. I want to show you guys. So, An Enchanted January. And there's like other little projects and little patterns, but I'm just going to show you guys the main horses. This is February. A little Valentine's themed carousel horse. Now, I will say that October, this book is like by far my favorite. March. April. April is the extra special April. May. Mother's May. June. July. August. This says August in Santa Fe, which is cool, like a southwestern carousel horse. It's crazy how prolific Donna Cooler was. I don't know if she September is a zebra. I don't know if she's still with us, but if she is, I don't know if she's also still designing. But I've seen so many Donna Cooler books and things. Now look at this. Haunted October 9th. That is nuts. Alright, I'm going to skip the November one. It's Thanksgiving themed. It is bears and not people, but there's some imagery that I don't think is like 2025 Thanksgiving. You could easily stitch around it if you like it. You could easily just take the figure that's on the other side and like move it. But here's December is December's Delight. So it's a Christmas themed carousel horse. So I just think this book is so cool. I'd never seen it before. I was really excited to see it. So that will be listed. By the time you're seeing this again, it's listed in the links in the description. I'll have a link to the store in general. I'll have a link to the sewing box. And then I'll also link to, like, you know, people who I mentioned the channel and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna skip magazines and do them at the end because I have a time stamp in mind for how long I want this section of the video to be, and I don't want to go over it. And all the magazines in my store have like multiple pictures of the stuff inside of them, but I don't think I'm gonna have time to show all of the stuff today. All of the like cool stuff on the inside today. Okay, this is Barbara Mock's Little Charmers by Dimensions. Look at that sewing machine. This is Nature's Companions by Stony Creek. I think I've sold this before or seen one that was very similar. Look at all of those. Isn't that incredible? Like, they're just incredible. Cricket Collection number 2 doesn't even have a name. I hope one day I see what Cricket Collection number 1 was. But I don't want to like cheat and like go find it. I want to just like come across it. Advent, A Day at a Time by Imaginating. I'm not sure why this nativity is an Advent. Maybe it's like, I don't know. But it looks like, to my eyes, it looks like a nativity set. Maybe, I don't know. It's really cool though. Alright. The Newborn. This is based on artwork by P. Buckley Moss. Susan Stafford Helming Crocus. Cyclamen. Asters. Geraniums, pansies, and paper whites. So those are all by Susan Stafford Helming. This is Irises by Serendipity Designs. This is Jean Farish Needleworks Alphabet Treasury. This is the second one. Sampler Little Bits by Cross Stitch Covered. Blue Iris by Leisure Arts. Mini Bouquets by Janice Shirley. Victorian Alphabet by Dimensions. Stitcher's Alphabet by Leisure Arts. There's like, it's definitely like sewing themed as far as like Stitcher's alphabets go. Like there's a zipper and there's needles in all of them. Some are quilted. It's very cute. Country ABCs. Look at the R. It's a little raccoon. This is by Jane Arlen Crabtree. English Country Garnet for Countess Quilting. So these are like cross stitch patterns that you could do. And they have like Shakespeare's wife's house as a cross stitch pattern. I'm not sure exactly why. The Anne Hathaway Cottage and Garden. So they're cross stitch patterns, but you can stitch them on and then quilt them. Or you can do something else with them. Breadcloth for Celebrations. I love this one. I really thought about keeping it, but I'm not going to stitch it anytime soon. So, the Isabella Burt Whistle Sampler. Look at that. This is a reproduction sampler. Garden Treasures from Stony Creek. Canterbury Designs One Generation Sampler. The Country Life Sampler from Gloria and Pat. Cross Stitch Floral Borders by Sam Hawkins. I think I've sold this before. I sell a lot of books that are Sam Hawkins. He does a lot of these like massive collections of things. And I think I've sold that before. Best Loved Dogs, the 13 Most Popular Breeds. Choice Samplers for Helene Halverson Designs. Antique Alphabet by Pat Rogers. These Pat Rogers, they really have grown on me because at first I didn't get them, but now I've seen so many of them. I really think at some point I'll pick one to stitch. I love this one. Marty Bell Upper Shoot from a Pegasus Originals. A Pegasus publication. Oh, so pretty. Ashton Cottage from Color Charts. Summer Splendor from Dimensions. Bing Chan's Emperor. So this is based on a painting by Bing Chan, who painted this in the 1970s, I think. Alphabet Patch by Cross and Patch. The Pineapple Sampler by Homespun Elegance. Windows of Toyland. A Cupboard Full. I've sold this one before. I really like this one. What I really like is this strawberries. But it's so pretty. Okay. Merry Christmas 92 and Merry Christmas 94. I have both of these listed already. I had already sold, I think, both of these actually at some point. I have pictures of what's on the inside of these on our listings. If you like these little Gloria and Pat Christmas designs, I think they're super cool. But I have pictures on the insides of them on my shop. Homespun Collectibles Trick or Treat. I think this is like Noel Santa and Santa with Christmas Goose. I think he's hilarious. Magazine. Oh, For the Bath by Graphworks. Down a Country Road. And this one has some really cute stuff inside. So inside it has that. This is the one I like inside. This sign that says Country Cookin'. And I Love You. That's by Cross My Heart. Annie by Vogart Crafts, based on the musical. I guess based on the, yeah, it's based on the musical, not the Broadway. I don't know. Charted monograms for cross stitch and needlepoint. Count to 10 designs for children. This is totally from the 70s. Nope, 1982. Designs for little people. Oh, there's like a really cute mushroom. I wonder if I can find it on the front. Oh, here. Mini messages. Let's play hopscotch. So these are designs based around the hopscotch fabric. I've sold a bunch of this hopscotch fabric. It's around, but you could put these designs on anything. But that's why the hopscotch reference, not the game. Cross-stitch designs for towels. Which, obviously, you could put it on anything. Holiday keepsakes. I love this cardinal. But the point of this one is like crochet, so like you cross stitch it and then you crochet the frame on plastic rings. So if you like to crochet as well. Life is a Song from Stony Creek. Children Count on Christmas. And it's lots of stuff in there. Precious Moments, Book 1. Which I have definitely sold before. And I didn't realize, my friend Jen from Jen's Fiber Web did this, but I think she did it out of a kit because there's different versions of this girl that have different like characteristics about her hair. And she decided to do it without the words, and hers is so cute. Noah and Friends. Ziggy. Just like tons. Just tons. Okay, Buckley Moss, Dad's Loving Arms. This is so cool. Okay, this is plastic canvas, so it's not exactly cross stitch. It uses in the listings that for the two plastic canvas things, I have the stitches that they use. So this uses continental stitch, and it shows you how to do it. Then they're not hard stitches, and back stitch. But to make this Christmas village out of plastic canvas, which is just really cool. All right, Hummel Christmas Designs and Counted Cross Stitch. Hummel Christmas Designs and Counted Cross Stitch. If you're a Hummel fan. Okay. Taking Turns by based on artwork by P. Buckley Moss. I have one of these of a church that I'm gonna do one day. Best Friends. This one's called Best Friends. This one is called Terry Knott. This one is called The Parade. This is Christmas Angel and Star Angel from Marbeck. This is Roses 1 from Janet Powers. Hibiscus from Janet Powers. Daffodils from Janet Powers. And Tiger Lilies from Janet Powers. Alright, I'm going to hold this one for a second. Okay, this is Hummel Designs and Counted Cross Stitch. I've sold this one before too. You've got those and those. And then all these. Okay. Oh, there's 3 plastic canvas things. This is Canada Geese and plastic canvas. Now, the way the plastic canvas patterns work, if you didn't want to finish it the way they have it finished, you could stitch them because they're, like, you could figure out, like, you could stitch them, but you'd have to, like, your brain would have to interpret the patterns a little bit if you wanted to do it as cross stitch. Aloft by Hello from Liz Matthews. Lavender and Lace. This one is called The Spirit of Christmas. Black Swan Designs. This one is called Sweetheart Rose. She's very fancy. Angel. English Cottages from Cross My Heart. So you got those 6 cottages. Tulips by Janet Powers. Roses 2 by Janet Powers. I love this one. From Our Garden to Yours. Big Eggplant. This is a duplicate of that Count on Christmas. Designs and Counted Cross Stitch Holly Hobby. Hummel Designs and Counted Cross Stitch. So we have him. And we have this Afghan of them. I love this one. I have sold this one before, and I still love it. Prairie Santa. Like, I own this one in my personal collection, destashed it, and I still love it, but I know I'm not going to stitch in the next couple of years, so I don't need to hoard it, but he's so good. And that's by Leisure Arts. This Christmas stocking is from P. Buckley Moss. The Prairie Schooler Sunshine and Shadow, which I also used to have in my personal collection and then sold. But this is not, I don't remember if it's out of print or not. I don't think it is. This is original cardstock. Charted Alphabets and Borders Volume 2, which I have sold before. Look at the amazing alphabets in this one. Oh, this is one where I really debated doing it as a giveaway. I decided to do it for sale because I don't know for a giveaway. You kind of want stuff that enough people are going to want to do, but it's hard to show this for sale. It's like a magazine, but like everything is a pattern. So there's Norwegian wall hanging and this rose runner. There's lots of patterns in here, but no cover photos. It's really cool though, and it has some articles and stuff. I'm really kind of just hoping that the right person knows what they're looking for and comes and finds it. This is Heartland Angels, and it has all 4 of these angels in it. This is Shepherd's Bush Valentine Folio. And this is this really sweet trio of Shepherd's Bush, like little button pattern. So it doesn't come with the buttons, obviously. So it's Button Angel, Button Sheep, and Button Moon. I listed them together because they're not expensive patterns. And I thought somebody might want all 3 of them. And that would be the only way it would make sense to like try to do it. If nobody buys them though, I think they were really cool. If nobody buys them, I will switch them to channel giveaways because I think they're cool and I want them to go to someone who's going to love them. Okay. Oh, I have 2 more pattern booklets. This is Precious Moments in Miniature. But then this is also Precious Moments in Miniature. Oh, this is 22 and 23. Okay. They're little like Precious Moments ornaments. Christmas ornaments. This is 22. And this is 23. But there is nothing else distinguishing about their titles, which is kind of crazy. Because the rest of the Precious Moments booklets have like different names. But there'll be good pictures in the listings. I haven't listed those yet. There'll be good pictures in the listings. When you see this, they're live. But in the future, I'll make sure to put good pictures. I took good pictures already because I already photographed everything. But I'll make sure to put lots of pictures in the listings so you can tell the difference between them. Okay, so now we have these magazines, and I don't want this video to be 10 hours long by showing you guys like 10 patterns from each magazine. It is hard to know if a magazine is for you if you can't see what's inside it. So it's a real catch-22. I'm just going to show you guys the front. If the front interests you, in every listing will be a lot more of the inside, like other patterns. But it would take me over an hour just to show you. I mean, like, it could take me 2 hours to do justice to these magazines. And so if the cover of one intrigues you, and you go to the listing, you'll be able to see more patterns inside. But I cannot sit here and show the inside of every pattern. If I remember that there was something spectacular, I will let you know. But I've seen a lot of patterns the last couple days as I've been photographing and listing and editing and filming. So I don't really remember every single thing. Okay, so this is For the Love of Cross Stitch, March 95. The Cross Stitcher, August 92. This lion pattern and the flowers are both inside. The Cross Stitcher, Spring. No year. It's got these cool teapots. And it does suck that they don't have like one page that shows you like every single thing in the magazine, because it is hard. Like even photographing it, my hands just don't like touching magazine material for too long. Oh, this one's amazing. The Cross Stitcher, June 93. Look at that unicorn. The Cross Stitcher display until says display until January 15th, 1990. I think I just listed it as January 1990. The Cross Stitcher, February 2010. The Cross Stitcher, Volume 6, Number 2. No date. Oh, look at that amazing jaguar. Cross Stitch and Needlework. Look at this stocking that's on the cover. The Cross Stitcher, Volume 6, Number 2. It's a Christmas issue. The Cross Stitcher, Volume 6, Number 3. For the Love of Cross Stitch, January 89. For the Love of Cross Stitch, March 89. For the Love of Cross Stitch, May 89. For the Love of Cross Stitch, July 89. And mostly with these, what typically happens when I sell them is either people know what they like, or somebody will find out that some pattern they really want is in one of them, and then they'll Google that, and then they'll find that I have one listed. September 89, for the Love of Cross Stitch, September 89. September 95, Cross Stitch Plus. For the Love of Cross Stitch, November 89. Leisure Arts, November, December 87. Leisure Arts, February 88. Leisure Arts, December 88. I have sold this one 3 times, I think. This is cool. Celebrations to Cross Stitch and Craft, a Leisure Arts publication. I had not seen this before. That is a good Santa. Okay. I think I lied earlier. There are some magazines that don't have good pictures inside of them, because I'm remembering I didn't take pictures of the insides of these. There was just like a point at which I had to stop taking photos. So there are probably like 10 or 11 magazines that don't have good pictures inside. If you want to message me about it, I will be happy to pull it out and take better pictures for you if you're interested. This is Cross Stitch Magazine, number 24. Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, March, April 94. Stitch Our Springtime Bunny. I like how that bunny looks a little bit evil. He does not. I mean, in this picture, his eye is fully red. He looks crazy. Matrix Stitcher, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Wendy. Cross Quick Easy Projects for Cross Stitch Lovers. Premiere issue. Premiere Collector's Issue, Country Stitch Looks Like Christmas. I have sold this before. I have owned this and sold this before. Cross Stitch Plus. Gift Ideas for Fathers. Cross Stitch Plus. Oh, that was May 94. This is July 94 with the sunflowers. This is September 94 with like a stitching themed project on the front. And this is May 95, Arts and Crafts Revival, Cross Stitch Plus. Cross Stitch Plus March 95 with this weird looking bunny. Precious Projects for Baby, Cross Stitch Plus January 95, Good Unicorn. November 94, Deck the Halls, Cross Stitch Plus with a Christmas sampler on the cover. And 95, Cross Stitch Plus, July, Classic Car. And then Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, March, April 89. These are usually easier for me to find. So you've got this girl. That mom and baby. A 12 Days of Christmas. And then this, oh, I like this. This just cross stitch, September, October 94. This is the last thing I'm going to show, so I'll flip through it a little bit. This is the last thing, so that as a little treat, we'll flip through it. Yeah, I can, like, if I just pick up a magazine and read it, it's not a problem. If I touch 100 magazines in a row and have to flip through 100 magazines, my fingers get real mad at me. So this one has this, like, cross stitch on a sweater project. This cool looking medieval joust. It's like florals for your dining room, which you could put anywhere. Oh, this Thanksgiving themed sampler. These like winter scenes, they have them done on an Afghan, but you could do them on anything. Oh, I really like this mountain scene. It has a big advertisement for Teresa Winsler patterns. Aww. Okay, so that was the last one. And I want to thank Megan and Holly and Baird and Emily. I'm not gonna have your guys' notes saved. I'm not gonna read them. Thank you guys so much for sending all these great stuff into our destash. I know I love when people find like a vintage, like when people find out that there's a vintage pattern that they want and they get obsessed with it. That is so fun. And I have just put a bunch of other vintage patterns up during the Paula Vaughn parade video, and I have some orders for those to send out today. So, like, this stuff's all in my shop, but then my shop already had like 400 things in it, but that was like 99% vintage cross-stitch patterns. So if you've never checked out my shop, like, and you like looking at the stuff, you can just go look and have fun looking. I look at it a lot. Like, I like looking at the patterns. Alright, if you made it to the end of this video, it's late Saturday. I thought this took a lot longer than I thought. So, this video is going to go up Sunday. If you do want to purchase something, the links are below. If you purchase something Sunday or Monday, I'm going to try to get it out. I will get those out by Tuesday. If you purchase something Tuesday through like or beyond, that stuff will come out, will get shipped when I get back from StitchCon, and it will be in the processing times. You'll be able to tell like that like on Tuesday I'm gonna flip it so that I have like a week to process things. But if you place your order, it'll still be like yours. The stuff will be here. I just won't be shipping from StitchCon. If you're a member, I will see you on Sunday for our Stitch Together. Otherwise, I'm not going to post any videos next week. I've posted a lot recently though, so if you're missing me, you can definitely go get caught up on one of the, and we have like over 150 videos. So there's something that you haven't seen yet if you want to go watch stuff. But this is the last video I'm going to post until I am done with StitchCon. And so the next video you guys will see will be my Flosstube. That includes my StitchCon recap and starts and finishes, starts and stuff. So, yeah, so this is coming out Sunday. Members, you will see me on Sunday. And, everyone else, you will see me in like a week and a day or two. And, if you made it to the end of this video, leave a camera emoji because it's so random that I found a camera, like a vintage camera, on a craft warehouse sale table. It was really exciting for me. And please let me know in the comments if there's anything you found, if you have any thrifting tips that you want to share, if you want to tell people what the craft reuse store in your area is so they can look and see if there's one. Like, you know, like they might think like, oh, there's not one by me, and then they might be like, oh wait, there's one in Omaha, oh wait, there's one in Seattle, whatever. So leave that stuff in the comments, and I will see you guys when I get back from StitchCon, and thanks so much. Bye.